another video. This video here is to traumatize you, to teach you one lesson and one lesson only. Do not drink and drive. Do not. This video is here to traumatize you, to kick you back in reality. If you ever thought that you could get away with it, watch this video and you see the horror that's going to happen in this video, and you will always learn your lesson not to drink and drive. You will learn a lesson real quick from this video. Alright, let's learn together.
46-year-old Chabria Harris ended like this.
Say your first name again. Chabria. So you, after we're done here, you're going to be arrested today, okay? And you're going to be charged with reckless homicide. You were driving a vehicle and you struck 3 people.
3?
One's dead, one's going to die, and the other one's critically injured.
I killed somebody's baby. I killed somebody's baby.
Before we begin, we hope this heartbreaking story serves as a stark reminder that getting behind the wheel after consuming alcohol can have tragic consequences. And as always, we'd like to express our sincere condolences to the victims and their families. Chabria Harris had been looking forward to seeing her friends for more than a week by the time Saturday, May the 21st of 2022 rolled around. That Saturday night was such a big deal because she was attending a friend's bar opening in Rock Island, Illinois, just across the Mississippi River from Davenport, Iowa, about a mile to the north. It's unclear what she did that day, but at approximately 11 p.m., she got into her white 2008 Cadillac Escalade and drove to Rock Island to support her friend's new business. The party was already underway by the time she got there, and she immediately joined the group of friends who were drinking, laughing, and having a great time. By her own account, she drank a wine cooler and at least 2 shots of vodka in the next hour and a half. But as is often the case at festive occasions, she may have lost track of how many drinks she had consumed. Either way, she said goodbye to her friends and left the bar sometime between 1 and 1:30 a.m. on Sunday, May the 22nd, 2022. But as late as it was, she still wasn't ready to call it a night. Instead, she drove north on the Centennial Bridge to visit a different group of friends at a get-together in Davenport, Iowa. According to Miss Harris, she didn't stay long, and she didn't have anything else to drink. Shortly thereafter, she got back into her Escalade and drove east along River Drive before merging onto the southbound span of the new I-74 bridge. It's worth pointing out that Miss Harris never liked driving over the I-74 bridge, or any bridge for that matter. This was especially true at night, and it didn't help that she drove a hefty Cadillac SUV that was significantly longer and wider than the average family sedan. No matter how careful she was, she always felt like she was about to scrape her beautiful Escalade along the concrete barriers that were positioned just inches from the travel lanes. That said, the I-74 bridge was one of the shortest routes between Davenport and her home in Illinois. After nearly 4 hours of construction, the neighborhood portion of the bridge opened late in 2020, and the southbound side opened just a few months later. The new bridge is visually impressive, even though it's only about a mile or 1.6 kilometers long from end to end. And it isn't just for motorized vehicles. It also has a 14-foot or 4.3 meter wide footpath on the far side of the southbound travel lanes that's reserved for walkers, bikers, and joggers going in both directions. The footpath is separated from the travel lanes by a robust concrete barrier, but unfortunately it had a major flaw that went unnoticed until the wee hours of the morning on Sunday, May the 22nd of 2022. In a tragic twist of fate, Chabria Harris didn't actually enter the vehicle lane like she should have when she merged onto the bridge. Instead, she drove onto the 14-foot wide footpath. As hard as it is to believe in hindsight, the path's entrance was not protected by steel or reinforced concrete bollards to prevent careless drivers from making this potentially fatal mistake. And to make matters worse, 22-year-old Charles Bowen, 21-year-old Ethan Gonzalez, and 18-year-old Anthony Castaneda were walking on the footpath when Miss Harris turned onto the bridge. Moments later, just a few minutes before 2 a.m., she brought the Escalade to an abrupt stop and called 911. She told the operator that she had just hit a large animal like a deer. At that point, the Escalade's bumper was crumpled and the hood was bent upward at a 45-degree angle. Miss Harris was obviously shaken by the incident, and in the early going, she planned on staying where she was until the officers arrived. However, she got nervous and fled when a number of bystanders showed up to see what had caused such a commotion. When first responders arrived a few minutes later, they found Charles Bowen, Ethan Gonzalez, and Anthony Castaneda lying on the pedestrian path. Ethan Gonzalez was immediately pronounced dead at the scene. The 2 other men had potentially life-threatening injuries as well. At that point, it wasn't clear if either of them would survive. But by then, the vehicle and driver responsible for the carnage was long gone. According to witnesses and the 2 survivors, a large white SUV slammed into the young men while they were walking along the I-74 bridge footpath. Before long, officers saw Miss Harris exiting in a damaged Cadillac Escalade in East Moline, just a short drive from where the accident had occurred.
Get my head on this. It's not short from all the police department. So I was talking to the officer. I just want to kind of verify a few things. So that's your SUV then?
Yeah.
Okay. And you were coming from Davenport, or?
No, right off that bridge, right there.
Did the new bridge over here from Bendorf then, or?
Right there, I was coming to that.
Gotcha.
Under there? Yeah, I was coming, yeah.
Where were you at before you were on the bridge? Were you in Davenport or Bendorf?
John Deere, Rock Island? No, John Deere, come to that. Roughly. You're older than my dad? Yeah, see.
So you, who's able to car with you? Just you? Where were you coming from?
Right there.
I don't even know where were you at though.
Where were you at when you were coming? Mom, I went and got me some drinks.
After she admitted to consuming alcohol that night, one of the officers took her outside and administered a number of field sobriety tests. The heavily damaged Escalade can be seen in the background.
You can see me okay right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So you could just stand, just put your hands down your side for me. I know it's a little chilly outside.
I peed on myself too. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Okay. So can you see my fingers? Okay.
2 of them.
Yep. Can you see the light? Okay.
Yeah.
So if you do, I want you to follow my fingers with your eyes only. Do not move your head. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Am I supposed to be following the light, right?
Yep. Just the light. You're doing just fine.
I'm sorry.
Nope. You're okay. Just make sure you keep your head still for me.
Okay. I'm sorry. Follow the light.
Yep. Just the light.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
Y'all don't understand. I love animals. So
Never felt
and my knees are shaking. Sorry.
You
I
okay?
feel this
Okay. So what they can maybe do is what we call like a walk and turn test. Okay.
Oh, I ain't
Did you have any problems with your legs?
No.
Any problems?
I
Perfect.
mean, my knees are weak, but I mean,
Okay. And you're okay walking in those shoes?
Oh, yeah, baby.
Okay. So maybe just come over here with me.
okay.
And what I want you to do is stand right here. You're gonna put your left foot here.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know. It's okay.
Baby, that
It's just
was
a
no
car.
deer.
Go ahead and begin for me.
Ready, baby?
Yep. Go ahead and begin for me.
Baby, but you don't see somebody back there.
Well, we're dealing with that. We're gonna do this first, okay?
Okay.
Just go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Nope.
I'm
So get
sorry.
back in starting position like I showed you.
Ready?
Yep, Miss Harris, get back in starting position like I showed you. And go ahead and begin when you're ready.
Sorry,
Nope,
my
you're
legs
okay.
are big. Ready? I peed on myself.
That's okay.
Sorry.
Yep. Go ahead and begin. Yep. Keep your hands up by your side for me. Count out loud.
Oh my God. Ready? Now we're.
Okay, just do it like I showed you.
You didn't say how many.
I said 9, remember?
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay, make sure you count it loud.
My nerves are bad.
I get you.
How many did I get?
But once you do that 9, go ahead and make the turn like I showed you, then do the next 9,
How
okay?
many did I do? Start over?
Nope, just continue from where you are.
I can't. I'm nervous. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
okay, you place the nervous for DIY, all right? Do you have anything you need out of that car right now? Okay.
We're gonna probably use fancy so you can call this.
It's fine. Can I try one more time? Because I'm nervous. My kid's fucked up. Can I try one more time?
That's okay.
So we're gonna come back to my car, okay?
Like I said, seeing my shit.
Sure.
And no.
Yep.
I'm nervous.
How do you pronounce your first name again?
Sharia.
Sharia, okay.
Can I take another test?
Oh yeah, well, I'm gonna give you an opportunity to give you another test, okay? We're gonna go down to the PD
I
first,
don't
though.
even see that right there.
No, I know, that's why we're gonna go walk
Okay.
with it. So Sharia, just so you're aware, I do have a dog in the back of my car.
Oh,
She might bark, but she won't be able to get at you, okay?
No, but
okay.
she might love me.
She might. She's pretty
Okay.
nice.
I'm sorry, y'all.
She's laughing over here.
After a brief medical check at the Unity Point Hospital, Miss Harris was handed over to officers from Moline, Iowa, and was taken to the police station where an investigator tried to get her to sign a statement.
Cross, like I said. And I came back across the bridge, I got off the bridge, came all around over the drive, and then that's when it happened. I thought it was an animal. Like I said, I thought it was an animal, so I hit the animal. So like I said, it was a hard hit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the? I thought it was a deer, actually. You know, and I'm an animal person, so I'm like, you know what? And like I said, when I see my foot, because I closed my eyes, my seatbelt held me. Okay. My seatbelt held me, so I knew it was something serious. Mm-hmm. I'm like, and I feel for animals. I love animals. Yeah. I'll take my
I really think she hit
a stray cat if you hear it too. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, when I seen it, my roof caved up. I felt me jolt. I said, oh, like I said, thought it was an animal. Point blank period. So I pulled over. That's when I called you guys.
Okay.
But I ain't gonna lie, I got nervous when too many people showed up.
Okay.
When I called you, well, I ain't gonna lie. When I first called you guys, I called my mom because that's just a norm. Because my mom, she gets my son, and then after that, I called my son's dad to get him. That's just a normal. When everything happened, even if I'm at work and I cut my blood pressure's up, when my blood pressure's up at work, I call my mom, then I call my son's dad, and then he makes sure he's at my house by the time my son get off school. It's just a norm.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But tonight, like I said, I called my mom. I was like, Mom, I think I hit a deer. I don't even know where the deer came from. She said, okay, baby, pull over. I called you guys. I called my son's dad. And then I didn't call my baby. He was my son's dad. Like, okay, call him. And blah, 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 blah.
Familiar that on this new bridge there's a walkway?
No. I'm just used to getting off on this main entrance that takes you to River Drive. We curve around, it's like different now to me.
Yeah,
And I was like,
when
what the
you're
fuck?
coming from Davenport and going into Bendor, and you kind of loop around,
No.
and you get on the new bridge. You know
So-
that when you...
So all I know is it's different period because I don't even mess with that bridge period. If I don't got to, I don't go across it, and I never have because I have never liked that bridge. I'm scared of bridges.
Yeah.
I watch
Did you
too much
notice
scary
the bridge,
movies.
the part of the bridge that you were on today that it wasn't lit up?
Yes, this side. It's not, but that side is.
Yeah, the other side
That-
was lit up.
yeah.
The side you were on was not lit
No,
up. Did you
no,
know
it's
like lane markings?
No, baby, I just know that I gotta get off the y'all middle drive, and that's where I was at. I took my curve like I usually do, but it's a little different. But I took my curve like I usually do.
Do you remember when you got off that there was no lights controlling the part of the bridge that you got off on, but there was some next to you?
Not gonna say that.
You don't remember?
No, I just was paying attention to everything.
Do you remember it being really narrow?
Narrow, yes, because I'm like, what the? Sorry for my
No,
language.
you're good.
Yeah.
I swear from time to time. 3 times a year, I swear.
Yes, I was that.
Like, did you feel like it was very narrow on your car?
Very, because I'm like, what the? And I'm like, okay, well, whatever, this is new, blah, 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 blah. And then I was like, why the f is lit up, blah, blah, blah. But like I said, I did my usual. That was the thing, I did my usual.
So you noticed that the part you were on wasn't lit up?
It was not lit up.
Okay, but the other part of the bridge was lit
Over
up.
there.
Yeah, to your...
So I'm on my left
on the
and
driver's side.
on the right, yes. All that is pretty.
Yeah.
It's all lit up pretty.
And then your part was very narrow.
No,
Concrete.
yeah,
Concrete on both.
concrete, you gotta be careful over there.
Yeah.
And that's what made me more aware. Like I said, because I don't even go across the blue period where there's going to come in.
And I apologize, I did ask this before, but are you familiar with the new bridge? There's 3 parts to the new bridge. There's the Iowa bound, there's Illinois bound, and then on the side of that, that's not lit up. There's a pedestrian walk on the sidewalk. No, I did.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not gonna say that.
Do you know you were driving on the sidewalk?
Oh no, because I would have noticed the sign.
You were on the pedestrian part of the
I'm
bridge.
sorry. Wait a minute.
Say your first name again.
Sabria?
Shabria. So you, after we're done here, you're going to be arrested today, okay? And you're going to be charged with reckless homicide. You're driving a vehicle and you struck 3 people.
3.
One's dead, one's going to die, and the other one's critically injured.
I killed somebody's baby. I killed somebody's baby. No. And he's not gonna be alright without me. I killed somebody's baby. I killed somebody's baby. Do you understand? I killed somebody's baby. I killed somebody's baby. You said the walkway was right there, and I wasn't supposed to be driving there on the bridge. And it was a baby, and I killed somebody. I killed somebody's baby, and now look at my baby. He's gonna be without me. I killed somebody's baby, and now look at my baby. I do that. You know what I'm saying? Because my baby was my blessing. I died 3 times, had my son on the table. You know what I'm saying? My son was my blessing. I lost my son when I was pregnant. I died 3 times on the table having my son. 3 times. 3 times. They had to bring oxygen. I'll never forget. I'll never forget. The last time I took my last breath, I heard my son cry. I heard my son cry. That's what we do. And I'll come to stop. And here it is, I took somebody else's baby's life.
One day later, on Monday, May the 23rd of 2022, the Rock Island County State's Attorney's Office charged Shabria Harris with aggravated driving under the influence causing great bodily harm, aggravated driving under the influence causing death, failure to stop at the scene of an accident involving death or personal injury, aggravated reckless driving, and reckless homicide. She remained at the Rock Island County Jail on a $2 million bond. 3 days later, on Thursday, May the 26th, Anthony Castaneda died from the injuries he sustained on the bridge that night. Thankfully, Charles Bowen survived. If convicted on each of the charges, 47-year-old Shabria was looking at spending much, if not all, of the rest of her life behind bars. That said, the Rock Island County State's Attorney's Office presented a plea offer months before the trial was scheduled to begin. By then, Ms. Harris had been locked up since her accident, and while incarcerated, she picked up an additional charge for assaulting another inmate. The state agreed to drop the initial charges and the assault charge to give her credit for the time that she had served if she pleaded guilty to the aggravated DUI causing death charge. On Wednesday, November the 8th of 2023, she formally accepted the state's offer and signed the paperwork in the Rock Island County Court. During the hearing, Judge Frank Furr reminded her that by accepting the deal, she was waiving her right to a trial. Then, he promptly sentenced her to 20 years in state prison. Per Illinois law, she will have to serve at least 85% or 17 years of the 20-year sentence before she will be eligible for release. Judge Furr wished her good luck as she was led out of the courtroom. In addition to the state charges, Anthony Castaneda's family filed a wrongful death suit against Ms. Harris. The suit alleged that Ms. Harris failed to keep a proper lookout, that she was driving faster than was reasonable or necessary, and that she failed to reduce speed or brake sufficiently to avoid striking Mr. Castaneda. The suit also claimed that Anthony Castaneda sustained serious injuries, that he suffered greatly, that he lost wages, and that his family spent a significant amount of money on medical treatment before he passed away on May the 26th. The city of Bettendorf, Iowa was also named in a similar lawsuit filed jointly by each of the victims' families. Surprisingly, it alleged that the city was negligent for failing to place barriers at the entrance to the pedestrian walkway. In 2024, the city of Bettendorf approved a $2.4 million settlement, and shortly thereafter, crews installed 2 bollards at each end of the pedestrian path to prevent similar tragedies from
Yeah. See what happens when you drink and drive. All the criminal charges you will occur, financial charges, hardships to your family, your friends, and to the victims. You will forever live with that hurt feeling that you took a life. So please watch this video and learn never ever drive and drink and drive. Okay? call a Uber, call a friend, but do not get behind the wheel. Learn from this woman's mistake. Okay, catch y'all in the next video.